One 20-second hand wash later. Hello everybody, it's Paige from the Helen Schuler Nature Center. Welcome back to the Home Eco Challenge. This week is Water Week, and today's video is all about water conservation. Stick around.
It's the Natural Leaders Project Home Eco Challenge.
So you guys, today we're talking about water conservation, which is very, very important, especially in this day and age. Water is life. Water is sacred. Water is extremely important. And not just for all living things, which is significant, that's very important. It's something that we require throughout every aspect of our day-to-day lives. We use water to wash and clean and to create things. We use tons and tons of water in industry and resource extraction, which means it takes water to make everything. My jacket, my glasses, my paper, this glass, you know, every object that we make, almost every single one requires water at some point in that process. So water is extremely valuable, not just as, you know, something that fundamentally keeps us alive or whatever, but it's also important for our way of life. We are lucky enough to live on the blue planet. Huzzah! And that means that, what, 71% of the planet, yes, I think, is covered in water, which is awesome. But there's a catch. Not all of that water is accessible to humans for use. Let me show you a demonstration. I have my supplies here. All right, I'll show you what I mean by this. Exactly. All right, so here's my little station. I have a few things here, but this is all we have to focus on right now. This is 1 liter of water, which, let's pretend today, this is the equivalent of all water on planet Earth. All right, all the oceans, all the lakes, all the glaciers, all the groundwater, every single drop. So of this 1 liter, most of the water on our planet is salt water, but 2.5% is actually fresh water. Woo, yes. So we're gonna take 2.5% out of this. Now, if there's 1,000 milliliters in a liter, well, that means we're gonna take out 25 milliliters. Just so happens I have one of these little guys. This is a teaspoon, which is actually, fun fact, 5 milliliters. So 5 times 5 is 25. We're gonna take out 5 teaspoons of this water because, you know, 25 milliliters is actually fresh water. 3, 4, I'm spilling everywhere. 5, I hope that was 5. I wasn't really paying attention. Anyway, so this is our little freshwater guy. Look at it. And this is salt water. Now, I don't have like regular white table salt. I only have pink table salt because pink's my favorite color. So let's put some salt in there and really make sure we emphasize that this is now salt water. Are you gonna drink it? Nope. Am I gonna drink it? Nope. Ooh. So that is the, like, ocean, those are the oceans, the seas, all of that. So that is unusable for humans. Now this is the jackpot. This is our fresh water. Now, however, of the fresh water we have available to us, most of it is actually trapped in some form of ice. I'm talking icebergs, I'm talking glaciers, that kind of thing. So the vast majority of this fresh water is actually gonna go into my little ice cube tray here. And this is the only ice cube tray I have. Boop, 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 boop. But wait, not all of it, because not all of our water is trapped in ice. Not all of our fresh water is trapped in ice. Most of it is, though. So actually, of all the water that was in planet Earth, and then was fresh water, and then became ice water, the amount that we have available in all of the rivers and streams and lakes and wetlands and like easily accessible well water under the ground, all of that water of the fresh water is about this much. Whoop. There we go. 1 drop. So about 1% of the fresh water on this planet is actually accessible to us. Now, if you look at that in comparison to the big old jug we started with, it's quite significant. So suffice it to say, this little drop of water represents all of the water that we have on planet Earth for humans, for land animals, for freshwater animals, for plants. That is all of the water right there. So the more we pollute this water, the more we add microplastics or fertilizers or pesticides or litter or garbage or dog poop to this little precious drop of water, the greater danger we are of running out of clean, fresh water. All right, so that eeny weeny, teeny tiny droplet of water is so precious. And in the day of climate change, it's going to become even more so. I believe the Prairie Climate Center, yes, out of Winnipeg, has done some really extraordinary climate modeling, which means like predictive mathematics, to try to figure out what exactly climate change is going to look like here in the prairies. And one thing that they discovered is that we're likely going to have higher temperatures, so more days that are over 30 degrees, a longer growing season in general, so just like it'll be warmer for more time throughout the year, which is great, but there'll also be, of course, some downsides, which includes less consistent water. There'll be more kind of like larger kind of maybe floods or like large snowfalls, followed by kind of periods where there's no precipitation. What all of this jimbo jambo means is that we're likely to have longer, warmer summers with less water. So right now in southern Alberta, what is it, like 80% of the water here is actually used for irrigation. Now that's irrigating crops, obviously, which is a main industry here, and also spaces like parks and lawns and things like that. So a lot of that water goes to irrigating, but a lot of it is also used for other industries and for our daily life. Now, the more we kind of think about this, okay, so our water is going to be decreasing over time, and there's not a lot of it to begin with in the first place, and we're contaminating it with cow poop and dog poop, lots of poop, and microplastics and fertilizers and pesticides and cigarette butts and all of these like things that actually contaminate and do harm to our water supply. So all of these things are happening, but this might be stressing you out. It kind of stresses me out sometimes. What are we doing? So if this is stressing you out, you're not alone. Don't you worry. There's always something that you can do about it. It's like Mr. Rogers says, when there's something scary going on, you need to look for the helpers. Well, let's not just look for the helpers, let's be the helpers. There are so many things that you can do to reduce the amount of water that you use in your daily life. And if you think, oh, I'm just one person, what possible difference could I make? Never forget that the things that you do at home, the things that you learn at home, the behaviors that you develop, the strategies that you create, you actually take them out into the world with you. And that's where you have the opportunity to influence others. And slowly but surely the chain ripples out. And pretty soon we don't have a problem anymore. So my challenge for you in the last kind of program, we didn't have a video for that one, I asked you to measure how much water you're using. And you could either look at your water meter or you can go online to check out your city utilities, like the website that they have, lethbridgeutility.com, has like all of the water that you've used in terms of volume over the last, well, however long you've been using city water. So take that number and I want you to try to come up with a couple of things that you can do to reduce your water usage. My challenge for you is to reduce your water usage by 20%. Yes, 20%. Now that's to say, don't stop washing your hands for 20 seconds. We gotta be doing that. Safe health hygiene. But basically the challenge is to see how you can use less water. Okay? So that's step number 1. All right, you guys, this is it. This is my rain barrel. Actually, now that I'm sitting here talking to you about this, maybe I should like name the old gal. She's been with me through thick and thin. You can see at the bottom where she was split open when I forgot to empty her from water and she froze. fixed it though, using just like sheer stubbornness and a lot of caulking. Anyway, let's call her Bessie. She looks like a Bessie, eh? So rain barrels are an awesome way to actually help manage your own water, rainwater, stormwater, and actually use it to water your plants, like your garden or your flowers. Now you can use tap water to water your plants, obviously, I do as well, but rainwater is just, nothing beats it. Something that's coming a little later on, closer to planting season. One of our objectives will be to grow some food, but for now, let's try to come up with some kind of rain catchment system. Now maybe you live in an apartment or a basement suite or something like that and you don't actually have the ability to do this. Maybe you have a balcony or a window or something like that. The point is, try to find some way of adapting this to like your specific needs at your specific home. The challenge, however, it's an engineering challenge, and what I want you to do is try to come up with a rain barrel system for your home. Now it can be like a big old barrel like this, a fancy pants rain barrel, but I'm not going shopping right now, and my guess is that neither are you. And I also don't want to spend the money on a rain barrel, but I want one for the other side of my house, so that's where I'll do my engineering challenge for this rain barrel thing. The best thing that you can do is try to use found materials, the objects that you have already at your home, to see if you can come up with some kind of rain catchment system. If you already have a rain barrel, that's great. This is kind of more an engineering challenge, so try to come up with another one. Anything from like, I think I will go snooping here in a second for different resources, but I think I have an old garbage can I can like retrofit into a rain barrel. I have an old big bucket, those kinds of things. Or you could even use milk jugs if that's what you have. The idea is more just to practice and to try your hand at creating something that can do the job. It's not necessarily about like, nobody's grading you on your rain catchment system. But play around and really see what you can come up with. Maybe it's like a step down series of rain catchments. I don't know. Do some Googling, check it out online. There are a bajillion actual experts who know what they're talking about, who have a lot of different resources available for you. And please, like, tag me, hashtag NLP home, or like send me an email, or like find some way of showing me your rain barrel. I really want to see them. I think that would be really interesting. So that's challenge number 2. Ooh. It's a little windy. All right, so your third challenge for this week is as such. It's not just humans and it's not just plants that need access to clean, fresh water. It's also all those little other animals. So today, the third challenge is I want you to try to come up with some kind of super cool like bird or bee bath that you can put out in your yard or in your home somewhere to provide water resources for some cute little bugs or maybe some beautiful little songbirds. All right, so let me show you mine. All right, so here, pick this one. This is a little good one. Maybe this one as well. Yeah, couple of these little treasures. Woo-hoo-hoo. Found an old thingamajig. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh. There we go. I gotta find a better spot. All right, put it over here. This upturned little thingamajig. How cute is that? Might go find a couple more rocks because this one, you can see it's not quite enough space. We want, oh, that might be a good one though. That's a good one for a buggy to sit on. Anyway, that's a good start. So my challenge for you is to come up with some kind of bird bath or bee bath. All right. That's it, you guys. That's it for this week. I really challenge you to see what you can do to reduce your water usage by about 20% this week, and just take some time to really enjoy the freshwater sources that we have. Anyway, that's it for this week, you guys. See you later.